Two people earn the exact same paycheck. 10 years later, one is drowning in debt. The other never works again. Same income, opposite outcomes. And here's the uncomfortable part. It's not what you earn, it's how you think. Because while you read this, somewhere, money is moving, working, growing, multiplying. For most people, their money is asleep. The rich just learned how to wake it up. Here's where most of us go wrong. We ask one question: how do I make more? More hours, a second job, a bigger salary. And more money helps. Nobody's pretending it doesn't. But pour more water into a leaking bucket, and you still end up empty. The rich ask a completely different question. Not how do I earn more, but where does it go, and what does it do once it's mine? That single shift changes everything that follows. It starts with one idea so simple it sounds dumb. Every dollar you own does one of two things. It either feeds you or it eats you. The rich call the first one an asset. An asset puts money into your pocket. A liability takes money out. That's the whole game. And the test is a single question. Does it pay you, or do you pay it? Hold on to that question. It's about to expose half the things you thought were wealth. Because here's the trap. We were taught that buying things is what rich people do. The new car, the bigger house, the watch that says, "I made it." But run them through the test. The car loses value and drinks gas and payments. The big house brings taxes, repairs, interest. They take money out every single month. So a thing that looks like wealth can quietly be the opposite. That's a liability in disguise. Real wealth is rarely the stuff you can see. So what's an asset really? Strip away the jargon and it's anything that pays you to own it. A slice of a business, money lent out at interest, something rented to others, skills that earn while you're not even working. The form barely matters, the direction does. Money flows toward you, not away from you. The rich aren't obsessed with looking rich. They're obsessed with owning the things that pay them. Now, how do you actually start buying those? Lever 1. And almost nobody pulls it. Most people pay everyone else first. Rent, bills, subscriptions, the shops. And whatever survives, they save, which is usually nothing. The rich flip the order. The moment money arrives, a slice goes to them, to their assets, before anyone else gets a cent. Pay yourself first. Even 5% moved automatically before you can spend it. You're not budgeting harder. You're just standing at the front of your own line. And here's why that one move compounds. Lever 2. This is the heart of it. A dollar you spend is gone forever. A dollar you put to work becomes an employee. A tiny worker that never sleeps, never quits, never asks for a raise. That's the phrase you keep hearing. Make your money work while you sleep. It's not a slogan, it's the mechanism. The poor work for money. The rich buy assets and let those assets work for them. But how does a sleeping dollar turn into a fortune? One word: compounding, the quiet engine under everything. Say you put money to work and it grows. That growth then earns its own growth. Money makes money. Then that money makes more. Here's a rough rule analysts actually use. The rule of 72. Take 72, divide by your yearly return. At 7%, your money roughly doubles every 10 years. Wait, reread that. You doubled it without lifting a finger. That's not magic, it's just time plus patience. The two things the rich respect most. So why doesn't everyone do this? Because the engine starts painfully slow. For years, the growth feels invisible. A small pile barely becoming a slightly bigger pile. Most people get bored or scared and pull the money out right before it matters. Because compounding isn't a straight line. It's a curve that stays flat for what feels like forever, then suddenly bends toward the sky. The rich don't have more patience by accident. They've just seen where the curve goes. Lever 3. The order you spend in. Picture every paycheck as a river. Most people let it flood straight into bills and wants, and the assets get whatever trickles out last. The rich reverse the dam. Income comes in. First, a cut to assets, then the true needs, then Only then, the wants. Same money, different sequence. And sequence is what builds the machine, or starves it. You don't need a bigger river, you need to point it in the right direction first. But there's a thief hiding in every raise. You get more money, so you upgrade. Bigger place, nicer car, fancier everything. It feels earned. It feels normal. But your spending quietly rose to swallow the raise whole. This is lifestyle creep, and it eats it all. That's the cruel twist. You can earn more your entire life and never get ahead, because every raise just buys a slightly more expensive cage. The rich let income rise and hold spending still. The gap between them? That gap is freedom. Now, one thing the rich don't fear: debt. But not the kind you're thinking of. There are two kinds. Bad debt borrows against your future to buy things that lose value. The maxed out card, the loan for the toy. It takes money out. Good debt borrows to buy something that pays you back more than it costs. One is a liability with a name. The other is a tool. Same word, opposite direction. And the rich are ruthless about which one they let through the door. Here's the shift that changes how you see money. The rich aren't chasing dollars for their own sake. They're chasing what dollars buy back. Time. Time is the real currency. Money you spend buys a thing. Money you invest slowly buys your mornings back, your freedom, your I don't have to. Every asset you own quietly works a shift so that one day you don't have to. Assets buy back your time. That's the prize, not the yacht. The Tuesday where you owe no one a single hour. And here's the relief. None of this requires genius. You don't need to predict the market. You don't need a secret nobody else has. The rich mindset is boring on purpose. Spend less than you make. Send the gap to assets. Leave it alone. Let time do the heavy lifting. That's it. It's not exciting. It won't trend. But boring, repeated for years, quietly beats brilliant done once. The system is simple. Sticking to it is the hard part. And that's where the real edge lives. So let's be clear about what changes first. It was never about a clever trick. It was the levers underneath your choices. Lever 1, pay yourself first. Lever 2, make money work. Lever 3, fix the order. Then guard the gap. Choose good debt over bad. And buy back your time. Pull these, and money stops being something you chase. It becomes something you build. Piece by piece, gear by gear, you're building a machine. One that runs whether you show up that day or not. Let me make this real. Two people, same paycheck back at the start. The first spends it all, upgrades with every raise, calls the new car wealth. 10 years on, more stuff, more payments, still trading hours for money. The second pays themselves first, sends the gap to assets, ignores the slow years, holds spending still. 10 years on, the machine has woken up. Money making money quietly in the background. Same income, same decade. The only difference was a way of thinking. Now, one honest moment. This isn't financial advice, it's education. How the machine works, not a promise it'll work fast or work for everyone. Every asset carries risk. Things can fall, not just rise. There's no secret here that skips the patience or skips the risk. Anyone selling you guaranteed riches is selling you a liability with a smile. The rich mindset isn't certainty. It's understanding the gears well enough to make calmer, slower, smarter moves. And then giving them time. So here's your move. Don't try to flip every lever tonight. Pick one gear. Start one gear today. Maybe it's just paying yourself first, moving a little automatically before you can spend it. I broke that one rule, assets versus liabilities, into a 60-second short. It's right there. If this changed how you see your money, subscribe. Every week we take the money machine apart and show you how the gears really turn. I'll see you in the next one.